Towards the end of Shabbat this week, England face Ukraine. 27 million people watched England beat Germany a few days ago, and many more across the world will watch the match between England and Ukraine with bated breath. There will be shouts of joy if we win and broken hearts if we lose. The mood of the country depends on that small handful of men on the field. So many people will dream of being like Harry Kane, heading across into the back of the net and winning fame and plaudits across the nation. What does our Torah say about such things? The Torah depicts three modes of existence for the Jewish people. We are compared in the Torah to the stars in the sky, the sand on the seashore, and the dust of the earth. Which is the best way for us to be? The Nesiva Sholem says that the least form of praise for the Jewish people is when we are compared to the stars in the sky. To be sure, they are lofty, they shine, they are awesome to behold and think about. They help us to navigate, but they are isolated and alone. Likewise, when the Jewish people excel, but excel alone, we are not at our best. Comparing us to the sand on the seashore is the next level of praise for us. The grains of sand by the seashore are tiny and insignificant, but since they sit next to each other in their millions, they can hold back the might of the sea. Likewise, when we Jews stand shoulder to shoulder like good neighbours, we can constitute a mighty protective force which is far greater than what we can achieve as individuals. But this is not Jewish perfection. Sand is a barren medium. It is a useful feature on earth for stopping incursions from the sea, but it is not essential to our survival. The highest level of praise, says Nesiva Sholem, is when we are compared to the dust of the earth. Particles of soil don't just sit next to each other. They actually bind to one another and become one. Not only that, soil is the cradle for the plant life upon which our entire ecology and history depend. At our best, when we Jews unite as one, we are the cradle of hope, purity, and meaning for humanity. Just as the soil nourishes and supports the plants upon which mankind depends for survival, so can everyone in the world depend on us to be the custodians of their spirituality, keeping it alive, offering a ray of light in the darkest of times. As great as Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, and the rest of them are, as wonderful as it will be for the morale of our battered nation if they win the Euros, they are only stars, part of a culture where the select few count and the rest are just spectators or fans. You can bet that in the court of God and his angels, when two friends meet and interact positively, when marriages are founded on respect and trust, when communities rid themselves of factions and tensions, when we try to be not like the stars, but like the humble, life-giving soil beneath our feet, the cheers in heaven drown out the mightiest roar that 90,000 fans at Wembley can muster. The temple that we mourn this time of year was destroyed because we did not stick together. That's why Parshat Pinchas, with its opening blessing of a covenant of peace, is normally read during the 3 weeks of mourning for the temple that we are now in. Now is the time for us to focus on our relationships so that we can create the sweet, life-giving breath of peace which our world and our people need.